Let's take a peek inside. I'm interested in some rope. So it was sitting like this, and I read 48 ounces. I compare, and so I chose it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it seems like a good deal, but I mean, why you pass?
Like 19 to 20 bucks.
So, you know, maybe you have a problem with nines and zeros. They look similar because you got that flash that's cutting it, so it kind of looks like almost could be a nine, but not quite. Yeah, it's likely.
We can do it.
Yeah, and maybe you might want to make that change that mistake. But yeah, if you can give it to me like that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you. Right, so apparently my park spot is in the flow of some kind of exhaust. I'm smelling a lot of pollution where I'm parked. And I think it's coming from this way by wind detection. So I think I want to move. Maybe to the far end of this parking lot over here. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm not willing to put up with that exhaust. Just I don't see where the source is, but there's a lot of it. Sometimes when they put out a lot of exhaust, it can come from a long distance away. I think something was stolen here. In loving memory of Bonnie. Looks like they did have something here, and it was taken. There is no way a bird actually moved into this. It's hard to tell if a bird did this or if a human did. You know, they use some of the biggest lettering I've seen on these types of benches. Some people make little tiny plaques they'll put in the center. You can barely see it. Some people will put moderate print. These guys use giant print. I didn't really think about the different styles of like memory phrases or statements. Yeah, this is giant lettering for the bench. Yeah, here's a tiny little plaque saying where the money came from. Alright, it looks like the city parks at their garage. They got a bunch of stumps thoroughly dried out. Very cracked though. I don't know the type of tree. I would like to take one. Maybe even this. This would be fine to practice on. And just start carving a little bowl out of it. That's a good practice stump. Yeah, and over here I got some fake sod. Actually, no, this would be used for a basketball court. They're not trying to make it look like grass. Rubber, maybe even playground. Alright, this is probably no big deal, but I'm just making note of it. We got a downed flagpole made of metal, probably brass. Looks in good shape. So I'm guessing that they just made it, but haven't quite stood it up yet in the hall. Just sitting here next to it at the end of the ballpark. Alright, so I got the bark off easily. I don't know what kind of wood it is exactly, but yeah, it's got a crack in the center, so the crack goes all the way through. Pretty consistent. I'll work with it. It's not really going to be carrying water so much. Just want to crush peanuts, if that's okay with this wood. So I pretty much am just going to start out using the axe and circling around. It digs in, it's slow and steady. Just want to say, as I'm cutting into the wood, it has a different smell I'm not familiar with. A smell that makes me think of mushrooms. Like, this black is gonna be mold, and I think this tree is just got like mold in between the layers. It's kind of strange. It smells like it smells like mold, mushroom mold. It looks like it, but is it really dangerous? I'm not sure. Alright, this wood is putting on an incredible smell like mushroom, and it doesn't look like mushroom, but I think that smell, I breathed it in and it was causing me a lot of problems. I was waking up with a rapid heartbeat. I think it's something like it's got the toxins like oak does. I can't handle it anymore. I'll just admit, the only things I can handle for wood, carving in the wood, and breathing in the dust, is pine and maple. Those are the only two known non-toxic woods that I can carve into without having serious medical problems. It's so weird how my heart can handle exercise using that fitness rope or battling rope, but I can't handle sleeping. It wants to wake me up. All right, this is jump roping for tough guys. I was watching a podcast, hope that doesn't fall, and the guy said, one of the physical trainers said that these ropes are jump ropes for tough guys. So I figured I'd give it a try. I really can't jump with this length and weight, but I could certainly toss it and make forward progress. And it's kind of a good exercise. I'm feeling the work in my shoulders. I already did one warm-up set. Oh, that wind's gonna knock it over. Oh no. Better get back. So just toss it over for a complete jump rope movement. And it really gets the shoulders. It's a throwing exercise. I'm throwing it down. I could also catch it before it really slams on the ground. And that kind of works the biceps. But I gotta move forward after every throw. I guess I could pull it back and do it again. Moving forward feels like positive progress, though. Oh, there we go. Better stop. Oh, but I should have access to the upper floor. All right. Oh. Interesting. I don't think this farm store will be too happy about this. This is a city tree that fell into a store property. Looks kind of recent. Leaves aren't dying and they've been changing color. I was here a couple days ago and I just never noticed. So I got taters waiting to be eaten, and I cooked those in the library parking lot. I better keep that closed. And eggs in here. Fogged up the car. It's cold out, so it fogs easy. They're all fully cooked and ready for tomorrow. All right, I'm in St. Rose. There's a park south of St. Rose, and I can't say I've ever seen a TV in a park. It's just a small town, so they can have these type of things, not worry about them having problems. This does not look complete. How do you even open it? If I needed to save somebody, I don't even see how you open this thing. Oh my god. Oh, it makes a loud noise. Wow. Well, there's a couple of people here, so they probably heard that. I'm gonna check for electricity. I got a wind block that rolls down. If I got electricity, I can work on my computer a little bit. Let me make note too that the bathroom is unlocked, kind of heated. So far enough south where, close to December, there are some freezing nights. They're not too concerned about locking or shutting off the water, shutting off their water supply. Keep it going possibly through the whole winter. This is a Buffalo turbine debris blower. Just kind of sitting here thinking they blow out the front. Got the whatever that's the belt wrapped around it. Yeah, I think it just blows forward and attaches in a similar way to the snowplow. Looks like a very similar attachment setup. So one's for winter, one's for fall. I just want to say that I think it's a little sad to see these cows here that have nowhere to graze. I think they're milk cows, and they just are sitting in this small pasture area with nothing to graze on, just standing around, scratching themselves against the silo. I don't even see anything to eat, really. But it's weird to see that they tried to pasture every time they come out to this field. Well, this time they came out to the field, and they look on the ground and they see nothing, and that's it. They just they have nothing to actually pull from the ground. And it just saddens me to see. I think this farmer has tried to put too many cows in too small of a spot and really taken away their natural ability to enjoy life, producing milk for the farmer. It doesn't seem like good milk to me. So I'm fairly confident that they'll let me sleep here overnight. It's got a big stink, like there's fertilizer and animal feed all around. It's all day. They got this lighted sidewalk that goes on the outer edge all around. There's little lights you can see off in the distance all around the outside of the park. They light up a sidewalk. It's something else. They do have a tiny gate. No sign saying no overnight parking. And it's extremely cold. I've been exercising though, so I'm warmed up. And there's no wind to blow off the heat. But I think I could get away with sleeping here tonight. So I'm gonna try, see what happens. There was only like 2 or 3 people that showed up here today, and I'm pretty sure 0 at night. It's well funded, it's very nice. I got electricity, the bathrooms are still unlocked. I don't think they're gonna lock the bathrooms. It's just a tiny town. It's really surprising. You would see a lighted sidewalk like this in a big city, but there'd be signs saying that there's a curfew. Every so often I find weird places like this. Nobody walks on this sidewalk. Nobody's gonna come out tonight. This feels like one of those places in Illinois where it's like, if you build it, they will come. Well, I came just coming out, and I saw it on the Google Maps. I like what I saw, a park on the outside of the town that looks sizable. I gotta admit, the road is smells plasticky right here. The road is kind of busy, but it'll slow down tonight. I'm the only one over there. My car's the only one. And I don't expect to see anybody show up. It's just incredible. You think, what was going through their heads to develop a sidewalk with all these lights and to have nobody actually use it? It's just, you find things like that. I found weird things like that. Overdevelopment in a weird way, underuse, and then you go to other places that are ratty, and then there's people all over the place. To find that balance, they didn't find it here. Some people just do different research. Some people do no research. It's just how the world works. All right, at their baseball field, the nice stadium here, and they got a room in underneath. I just tried the door. I already walked around in here, but it's left unlocked for their storage of kind of not a lot of stuff underneath the seats. Soccer stuff and a little game, skee ball, cones, Just little various baseball helmets have ump stuff, umpire. So that's a little surprising. Fire hose, they leave it unlocked. When you make grass tea like I have, you can tell the difference in taste. You know exactly what's going on with that grass taste with this more natural milk. It's got that, like when I make grass tea, I can tell that there's something different in it. I like to call it silica. It's some it's some kind of it's some kind of property in the grass that passes through the cow into the milk. You just you you could tell by just making grass tea yourself and tasting that and then tasting this grass-fed milk. I mean, you could tell the difference between just regular milk and this milk, but to actually know fundamentally that taste that goes into this grass-fed cow's milk, have grass tea, and you'll know. See, as evidenced by this sign, the St. Rose Development Club. I think they got some really, say, smart people on this club to get all of these sponsors from outside the city too, far outside, like all around. The sponsor St. Rose to help sponsor this park. They work really hard. These are and smartly to do that, to convince these businesses. I mean, look at this. They're advertising these businesses in a spot where nobody really comes to. And that allows for this park to receive the funding that it needs to stay in good shape, but barely be used. So these are the lights that light up the sidewalk at night. You can see it's just field all around. It's on the edge of the town. And well, two ladies stopped here, did about 5 or 6 circles around. This might be like a half mile around or more. Alright, trying to put this fire hose over my training rope. This is a second training rope. It's in better shape and I want to protect it. I'm thinking it's very difficult to get the rope through. It's so thick in relation to the hose. So to get it all the way through, it's not going to work. So my next best option is to cut the fire hose into sections. Just put it on small section by section. That'll still give it protection. It's just not a whole piece. I don't know really how to get it on as a whole piece, unless I maybe had a wire, a long wire, but I don't. Alright, I've identified the source of the smoke in Breese, next to the library. Don't appreciate it.
You never know, that's for sure. Hi.
I see. So you got very fast Wi-Fi, but unfortunately there's a padlock.
Yeah, it's over there.
The padlock is over here.
Pretty well, it's open to the public.
Crack the code. Yeah. Is it? Okay. I see there's a reward for vandalism. Is it worth it? Alright, we got 2 plaques for the same bridge. It's been repaired a couple of times. The first one is 1991 Bud Donaldwold Golf Tournament. And then again in 2018, this time the Breese and Construction Company. So it's a number of years. I don't understand why the water has such a weird color to it. It looks like they put food coloring in there. They did something to build it up, I guess. There's so much smoke in this city, or this town. You found one of 12 trees for a jingle hike challenge. All right. There's so much smoke in this town, I didn't even realize I was breathing in a lot of smoke where I was parked until I got closer here. That's great because it looks like it's oak, so I don't think I'll be sleeping so well tonight. Releasing tannins into the air. I don't think I want to even be parked here anymore. Maybe I will go to that Walmart. It's looking kind of attractive. I don't know. Could be worse, could be better. I want to be on this side of this fire. It's not smoking a whole lot. I had to get to the bridge before I started noticing it. This is next in line to burn. I was coming over here just to get a closer look. There's no way I would want to cut into this stuff. It's more oak with the weird growth on it, which I've seen west of here too, whatever that is. Looks like poop on a stick. Alright, I'm running the 10 miles to the Walmart east of here. I was sitting in my car and feeling a little ill, not quite knowing why. I get out and I smell a terrible burning smell in the air. It's like burning steel and wood. I can't put up with this. I know it's this smell. That's smoke in the air. They've burned things all over this town of 44,000. It's awful. I gotta get out of here. All right, Breese, Illinois. Breese, Illinois. All right, I jumped 10 miles, drove from Breese to Carlisle. The air quality is a little bit better. Okay, I see the wind is coming from this way. Smells okay. Oh man, I was getting sick to my stomach. And I think I'm recovering now. There was some kind of metallic burn smell where in the park there was the smokehouse next to the library. There was the publishing company ejecting a ton of smoke, plus probably a lot of other smoke sources in that town. Breeze has no standards for burning, but Illinois in general just burns all over the place for some crazy. Oh yeah, and then I didn't mention they also were burning a wood pile in that park as well, not just that metallic burn. It's crazy what's going on in Breeze. Alright, I parked at the boat launch and I didn't see any day use fee thing. That was not made clear. Army Corps engineers, they like to give out tickets and charge money across the nation. Day use fee. I didn't see any signs. This is the first I've seen of this with this running box thing. I suspect it's targeting the beach. People parking on the side of the road, walking to the beach. It's for swimming. That's probably when it gets overloaded with visitors. There's like hundreds of parking spaces. Alright, just gonna check out the yacht club. I checked out the bathrooms. They are open and heated, water flowing. So no worries there. Not a lot of people here. Beach is closed. All these boats, I think all the boats should be out of the water. It's kind of interesting to see this open. The marina office and store, boat, kayak, and bike rentals. And it looks like they might live here too. Work at the store and live here in this camper. Just have a little look around. I think usually these types of places are closed. Oh, there are some boats in the water still. Yeah, there's definitely somebody in that office. There's a vehicle parked there. Doesn't look like a vehicle that would tow the camper though. Alright, so they're more concerned about people trespassing onto the docks. There's nothing on the docks. And they got the door closed. Nothing on there. Okay, maybe a couple boats. They're mostly up out of the water.